Good morning, good morning. So, I want to talk to you guys about the challenges that we face when it comes to eating. Although it's not always easy, you got to be disciplined in order to get the results that you want. You got to love yourself enough to say no to the garbage food that's out there. My partner did a video the other day about a Little Caesars pizza, asking how many people can eat a whole Little Caesars pizza by themselves. Is the equivalent to like 2,350 calories, something crazy like that. And then he showed 24 apples. And he was showing how many people can eat 24 apples in one sitting. And, the answer is very, very different. It's because the satiation, as far as the feeling of not making you feel hungry anymore in the apples, is going to be greater than the feeling of the pizza. All right, I say all that to say this. When it comes to putting food in your mouth, you got to make smart choices in order to be healthy. In order to see the results, in order to feel the results, you got to make smart choices. It's not always easy. Me, myself, I'm faced with these challenges every single day, okay? I wake up, I'm hungry. I think about, am I going to eat right away, or am I going to satiate myself with, some water, some coffee, something to that effect, to make sure that I'm not just putting everything and anything in my mouth, okay? You got to be mentally strong enough to understand that good foods, whole foods, are going to make you feel fuller a lot longer, and setting yourself up for success through preparation is going to help you in the long run. Having foods cooked, easy go-to meals, whether it be something in a Tupperware, whether it be something that you have planned, to eat, is going to be a lot better than, just ordering out to eat, or, grabbing something that's not going to be healthy. You got to make sure you set yourself up for success. Having that mindset, preparation is going to help you in the long run, okay? Again, I'm faced with these challenges every single day. Are there times when I eat like bullshit? Yes, but I don't eat like bullshit every single day. I see people at the gas station getting a muffin or a coffee, thinking a muffin and a donut, thinking that that's breakfast. That's not breakfast. These big corporations and these companies, that's how they get you. I see 7-Eleven, for example, not to call them out, but you get a coffee, and what they want to do is give you a free donut. Anytime that happens for me, I usually give it to a bum outside. But you got to be conscientious and be aware of the calories that you're putting into your body. Okay, whatever your calorie count is, you got to stay within that means. Eating donuts and muffins, and I see people go to the gas station getting soda and bags of chips on the daily, guys. On the daily, that stuff accumulates. You got to be strong enough to not do it, or if you do it, be educated. Right? There's diet soda, there's zero sugar soda, there's pork rinds, which is one of my favorite. It doesn't have a lot of carbs, heavy in protein, right? Just be conscientious about the decisions that you're making. The problem is, you think, oh, I'm gonna eat like shit this one time, and then it's not a big deal, and then that feeling of wanting that same thing, it rolls over into the next day and the next day, and it gets harder and harder and harder to fight the feeling. So just be conscientious and be aware. I know typically when people start these quote unquote diets, on, let's say they start on a Monday, right? They get to Monday, they eat clean. They get to Tuesday, they eat clean. By the time Wednesday rolls around, they start scratching their head thinking, damn, this shit's harder than I thought. And you got to be mentally strong enough to fight it. There's times when I fell off Wednesday night, then it just rolls over into Thursday, Friday, and I'm like, forget it, I'll just start all over again next Monday. And then that accumulates, and you get fatter and fatter and fatter. So again, set yourself up for success. Have foods that are easily accessible to you, that are going to be healthy. And then if you do decide to mess off and eat something crazy, just be educated on what you're doing, and then obviously be strong enough to not do it over and over. The other day I had a cheat meal, and as I was eating it, to be honest with you, I didn't even really enjoy it. I was like, man, like, this food is not necessarily all it's cracked up to be. Does that mean that there are better cheat meals out there? Yes. But by the time I'm done eating it, I don't feel as good as if I'm just sticking to the diet. and being maintained and disciplined. So you got to choose what's worse, you know, regret of eating like crap or regret of, you know, not necessarily partaking and all the other cool and fun stuff that people think, you know, the wings and the McDonald's and the burgers and the pizza and all that other stuff. It doesn't feel right to do it all the time. Keywords there are all the time. You got to be 90% on track, 10% you can mess off. The problem is people are doing that reversed and backwards. You know, they'll eat clean 10% of the time, and then 90% they're messing off, thinking, oh, you know, I'll just bounce back. The problem is you never bounce back until something bad happens. So my advice to you guys, again, have a game plan of what it is that you're going to eat. Have foods that are easily accessible to you. If you do eat something crazy, make sure that you're educated on, you know, what it is as far as the substance that you're putting in your body. Because make no mistake about it, these foods, they are a substance. It's like drugs. You get a craving, you get addicted to it. Sugar is an addiction. It's a drug. Okay, it's probably worse than a lot of other drugs out there. It gets you fat, gets you crazy, you know, makes you make bad decisions. So just be aware of what it is that you're doing. Have a game plan. If you need help, you know, reach out.